When is the last time you ran full speed? Like as fast as you can?
I fat guy jog, and sometimes I try to run fast.
I don't think that I've probably dead sprinted. It's between 15 and 20 years.
I'm just not sure that you need to run. You know what I mean? Like, what the purpose of running is to run away from something or run at someone, and I just don't know. I mean, what experiences or what instances on everyday life do you have to do that?
You'd really only be running from a disaster, whether one that is natural or one that is caused. Like you really don't have any reason to run. If I didn't like do some exercises where I jump, I probably also wouldn't have jumped in 20 years. But you and I are not alone. I polled the audience about this. 14% of people, well, like 57 people say within the last year. I bet that audience skews a little bit younger in that regard. I bet we got some early 20-year-olds in there. 0% say 1 to 5 years. I think that will change as this poll gets older. 14% say 5 to 10, and 29% say more than 10 years is the last time that they full on ran.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I think that's, if you're being truthful with yourself, that's correct.
Golly, that's crazy. What would our ancestors think about that? If you were suddenly in a room with a bunch of like cavemen and they were talking about when was the last time you full on ran, and they were probably like every day. And we're like, I haven't run in 20 years.
It's probably what they would have said. Which, by the way, I need to put this out there that I sent you one of the funniest Instagram reels I've ever seen. And you put it down by saying it was AI and it evolved a horse, and I'm disappointed. Disappointed in you.
It's AI. I'm just like, when I see something that's AI, I don't care how funny it is. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in it because I don't want to see more of that crap. Like that's an automatic delete from me. I already, as soon as I saw that and went, that's AI, I deleted it. I didn't just respond. I didn't just like not play into your game. I deleted it off my phone.
What
deleted
game? I was trying, they say there was a poll done by myself this past weekend. Mm-hmm. And I, amongst the 3 voters that were in the room with me, Instagram reels are a way of love. I was showing you love and appreciation.
Well, I would love and appreciate it if you don't send me AI slop anymore.
See what I'm saying? See, it's just nothing.
Because it's another thing of getting old, right? Like you're the person who now you're on Facebook typing in people's names in the search bar. Like you post things when you think it's the search bar. Like that's where you are now. You're the old internet grandpa that doesn't know what's going on.
Is that a thing? Do people actually do that? That's hilarious.
Yeah, you've never seen that before where someone's like clearly made a post that they thought the post place was the search bar. Like that's not how that works.
No, I haven't seen that. So come on,
I'm not going to play into dooming society.
Let's hear it. I want you to talk about, rub it in my face that the Detroit Lions are the worst NFL team ever. The Seattle Seahawks are the greatest.
I don't think that needs to be rubbed in your face. I think that's a common knowledge. Like you don't really need to rub it in someone's face that 2 + 2 is 4. Everybody already knows about that. Like the only people who think that the Detroit Lions are a good team or have any sort of redeeming qualities are people who are deluded in Detroit. Like, oh, we're going to go be good this year, which is what you said at the beginning of this year. Oh, I'm going to put $1 on it. We're going to the Super Bowl. You didn't even make the playoffs. You're not a good team. Like a good year, the best year in Detroit Lions history is what, like a couple of games above 500? Like you guys make the playoffs, it's a big deal. Detroit sports are terrible. You're terrible. You've always been terrible. You're always going to be terrible. It's at this point, there's not going to be any good Detroit sports teams ever. Like you're never going to be good at anything. It's over.
You want to do shoutouts now?
Yeah, let's go. Because you got nothing. Like you can't say anything. You get well. What about?
No, I mean you're wrong. We have the best basketball team currently.
No,
we have
you
the best
don't.
Hockey team currently.
No, you don't. Did they win the championship? They win the championship. Because I only count championships. I don't count like, oh, they're pretty good early on in the season. But you didn't see it. They have a lot of moral victories. They're really doing well. Like, the only reason you think you're doing well is because you do so terribly all the other times that, like, wow, man, we're doing great this year. No, you're just not as bad as you were last year. But you're going to be worse the next year. I wouldn't even be a fan. And this is where I get mad at. Like, look, I know you have great passion for Detroit, and I respect that. But at some point, you have to hold those teams accountable, and you guys aren't doing that. You got to stop showing up. You got to stop rooting for them. You're like, this is not acceptable. We're not going to tolerate this, because having a bad sports team says a lot about your city. When a city has a good sports team, that city becomes on the rise. You see it all the time.
We are. You clearly,
no, you're not.
You need to do a little history, take a history lesson before you start talking shit about the Lions, who were the worst team in the NFL for easily 5 years. They missed the Super Bowl by 3 points 2 years ago.
Okay.
3 years ago now. Like,
oh, wow. So 3 years ago, they almost got a chance to get second place.
Why am I even engaging?
Because you need to hold people accountable. Detroit needs to rise up and tell the owners of these sports teams that we're not going to tolerate this. You're the problem. The whole city of Detroit is the problem. You're allowing it. You're allowing it to happen.
Here's some shout outs. But it's been quite cold here, by the way.
I'm sure it has.
All right. Well, here's some shout outs for you.
All right.
Freeman Hang.
Ooh,
Tina
that's a
Nichols.
new one.
Yeah, they're all new usually.
Well, I haven't heard the name Freeman. I haven't, like, sometimes we'll have repeat names or similar names. Freeman's a new one, in my opinion.
Surprisingly, we have enough people every week that either like us or, comment or something. That it's an easy enough time to get new names. All right, Gretchen Levy, Ray Wolf, Raphael Werner, Jed Allen, Jenna Snyder, Mike Moody, Stacy Pittman, and Virgil Dyer.
I think that if I had to share a name with an animal, Wolf would probably be the number one name.
Wolf?
If I had to have an animal-based name, Wolf would be it. I would want Wolf.
Yeah,
Can you think of a better one? Can you think of a better name to share an animal with? Wait, can you think of a better animal to share a name with than wolf?
I mean, realistically, no. Like, shark would be pretty cool.
Shark could be in there, yeah. But
like tiger would be cool.
Yeah.
But like, it's not real. You can't name your kid, Tiger, but Wolf is a name. Like, I feel like you could name your kid Wolf and it wouldn't be too out of the blue. Like, naming your kid like Crab, like, I mean, Crab just, it wouldn't pass,
Orca.
Beluga.
Beluga.
That
would be you wouldn't want beluga. Would be one of the worst. Elephant. I wouldn't even mind elephant, to be honest with you, because like maybe people would make fun of you, but then elephants are cool, man.
They're okay. They're smart, right? That's about it.
They're smart. They show emotions. Take care of their young and their old. They grieve.
All right, let's see.
Elephants grieve. Elephants grieve.
Was that it, by the way? Was that the only question you had? You said you had some bangers. Was it just a banger?
I never said I have any bangers. That's not the kind of word that I would ever use.
You said you were ready and you had some good questions or something.
Is that a turtleneck?
I love how you can't admit to anything. No, this is not a turtleneck. I'm just
really distracted by the idea that could be a turtleneck.
Would
you ever wear a turtleneck?
No.
Yeah, that's one of those clothings that I don't care what your sexual preference is. I don't think that men should ever wear turtlenecks.
Just for the record, Nick didn't have another question, but that's actually a pretty good question. No.
Oh, would you ever wear a turtleneck? No, I think that no man should ever wear a turtleneck. There might be 3 men in history who can pull off a turtleneck.
Okay, I no one else cares, but let's go one for one here, because I have 3 names that just popped into my head. So okay. So you go first. You say one, then I'll say one.
The guy from Devil Wears Prada. I think his name is Stanley Tucci. Stanley Tucci. Okay. Yeah, that's honestly the only person that I can think of that could wear a turtleneck as a man is Stanley Tucci. No one else I think should wear one.
For some reason, Paul Rudd came into my mind.
No.
No? Okay.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. I don't think Paul Rudd should wear a turtleneck. There's also a guy that makes a small appearance in the movie Sweet Home Alabama that could wear a turtleneck. I don't know what his name is, but it's like, oh, that guy he could wear a turtleneck.
I love how at least two people out there were like, "Oh yeah, that guy." But no,
Somebody's gonna know who he is. He's in the scene where they go find out that the one guy makes the glass.
I've never seen Sweet Home Alabama.
It's not. It's all right.
Is somebody playing ping pong behind you?
Yeah, I have a ping pong table in my basement, and it's amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and say that ping pong is one of the greatest games we've ever invented. It's all the fun of sports without any of the exercise.
I mean, it can get you. I mean, you're moving. I mean, I used to have a ping pong table in my basement.
How did that go? Didn't you somebody
Fine,
put a hole in the wall? You could.
Somebody went through the wall, literally went into the wall.
And you got rid of the ping pong table? You couldn't stick to your guns?
I mean, we got a couch. It's when I didn't have any furniture down here.
You got rid of a ping pong table to get a couch? That's so sad to me. God, domesticated.
You want to see the basement? I can show you.
No, I don't.
All right. So one of the questions I have, or one of the topics I had for you today.
Okay.
Michigan today announced that high school athletes will be able to have NIL deals and be paid for their likenesses. I think it's the first state to do that, though I don't know that for certain. But that's dangerous. I mean, that is. I feel like most college kids who are on NIL deals can't, and I don't want to speak for them, but I feel like if I was a college kid and I made $10 million a year playing a sport, I wouldn't know what to do with the money, right? I would have no idea how to be financially responsible.
I'm okay. Okay, the only reason that I would not be okay with it is because I think that there are too many people who would try to take advantage of the kids. And those are kids, right? At least when you're college age, you are technically an adult, even though I don't really consider an 18, 19, 20-year-old to be an adult. You have all the legal whatever to be an adult. I don't for some reason, it gives me pause for college kids to have that. Only because I feel like people are going to really try to take advantage of those situations. But look, schools, everybody else is making money off of this. The athletes should be making money off of it too, right? You can't treat sports in a professional way where you're making money off of it and then just say, but let the kids play for free.
I don't disagree with you. However, I'm a traditionalist in I would not have NIL for any, I would not have it in college. I wouldn't have it in high school.
Why? Why would you not have it in college? Like, they're making billions off of those people.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't really have a good argument. I don't. And once again, I'm not against, what, Florida State, Michigan, you name the top college football programs, and those universities make billions.
Off of those kids.
I mean, I don't know if it's a traditionalistic problem. I don't know if I don't know how to root it really, but it's just, I just think like you should be learning, like you should be, going to college. When I think of college, for most of us, it's learning about ourselves, right? It's not being handed $40 million, and being a uber rich millionaire by the time you are done. Like I feel like that just creates or almost sets somebody up for failure before they even, turn 22 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where you're coming from. I just wouldn't agree with it in any way.
Yeah, like I said, I'm sure it doesn't make sense. And I'm not against athletes making money. Like, as soon as I heard this today, the first thing I thought about for high school students is, man, like, who's gonna manage their money? Their parents? Like, that's just setting up like them and their families for disaster.
Yeah, there's too many ways for the kids to be taken advantage of in that regard.
And
because they're minors and maybe they don't control the money. I think that there's too many ways for the kids to be taken advantage of. But then other people shouldn't be other people shouldn't be making money off of it either.
Like I don't know how real this is, but I saw a headline the other day that said Mark Cuban offering the quarterback of Indiana $40 million to stay at Indiana and not go to the pros.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
That's
fine with it.
insane. Like, if you're that kid, take the money, play one more year, and then never play football again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any problem with the amount of money.
That's just
Like people made billions off of those kids for years. I don't feel bad for the colleges or the administrators or anything like that. And like
yeah.
I get your idea that okay, you're supposed to be getting an education, but none of those kids are getting an education.
No,
None of them are.
I guess the thing, like, I get thinking on it, like, and it sounds so dumb and so grandpa-ish of me, but like, if they had like a financial literacy class that they had to take before getting the money, I would feel better. I just feel like you give a 14-year-old $3 million that, like, that's just not a good situation for anybody.
Yeah, but I would much rather be handed 14 or 3 million, be that age and be handed millions of dollars and wasted than be that age and not be handed millions of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, and I saw kind of an article today that said there's no difference because, I was obviously this is one of those side issues where you don't really have the middle ground, right? You're either for it or against it.
For it or again it is the way that I prefer you to say it. For it or again it.
I'm not going to say that.
For it? Are you for it or again it?
Anyways, they compared it to...
I can't listen to you until I know if you're for it or again it. Are you for it or again it?
I'm reluctantly for it.
I'm sorry, what? For it?
For the record, I hate him. I'm reluctantly for it.
For it. Okay, all right, now proceed. Thank you. I didn't know where you stood.
I hate you, and I hate everything about you.
You're again me? Are you again me?
Yeah, I'm again you for sure.
Okay, thank you. All right.
They compared that it's no different to being a childhood actor to like this, like the amount of responsibility and money, and that makes sense, but it just feels different and weird. I don't know. It just feels different.
Oh, yeah, but I think that anything new feels different. And old curmudgeons such as yourself are always against anything that's new. What's this newfangled automobile thing? We were made to ride horses.
That video is fantastic. This? And you say it's fake. So this is a two-part question.
Oh, bringing out the extra eyes, huh? You brought out the extra eyes?
I had to put on my glasses to see what my note was. So this is a two-part question
for this argument.
I ran out of... Okay, here's a small rant. I ran out of contacts.
Okay.
And it's been 1.5 years since I had an eye exam, and they're saying that I have to physically go in and get my eyes re-examined before they give me more contacts.
Yeah, I mean, your eyes may have changed. They don't want to give you the wrong prescription. That sounds right.
But I have none. Just give me a pair to get me through 2 weeks then.
They don't want to give you the wrong thing. Like, they don't want to be liable for potentially giving you the wrong thing and messing up your eyes and then get sued.
But
like, they have licensing and they go to medical school and all that kind of stuff for a reason. Like, go get your eyes checked. I'm sorry the doctor's trying to take care of you. What do you mean he's got to see me before he prescribes me this?
So here's my question. I guess it's a question. So outside 9/11, oh my God, 9/11.
I don't even want to answer this question. Outside
9/11.
I'm again it.
What is the most harrowing event to unfold on TV that you had ever seen? Or been a part of? Or had people tell you about?
Oh. On TV would probably be the Oklahoma City bombing, because I remember that was kind of I don't remember anything about it. I just remember like they wheeled the TV into the classroom, and I remember being like, what's this? I was pretty young.
Yeah.
I was probably only in like 3rd or 4th grade, but I remember seeing like, because I was in Wichita. And Wichita is not very far away. It's like maybe 1.5 hours, 2 hours away from Oklahoma City. So it was kind of close by.
Yeah,
I mean, the most like harrowing thing that I would ever say that I personally saw was I was in the middle of a mass shooting one time. Working as a news reporter, I was in the middle of a mass shooting. actually walked out. It happened next to my apartment. I actually walked out of the apartment, turned to my left, and there was 3 cops there with shotguns pointed at me on horseback.
The horses again. See, that should be the theme of the episode.
Horses.
Well, anyways,
was that horse that you sent? That's a unit of measurement I have no idea what's about. Oh, it's a 14-hand horse.
That sounds
well, whose hands?
Crazy. No, so I was referring to the Challenger explosion.
Oh, I don't remember that. When was that?
1986.
But were you even born then?
No, but I said know of, whatever. Regardless, it's the 40th anniversary.
So wait a minute. Your question is about the scariest thing you ever seen on live TV, and your answer is something that you didn't see?
Or I said we're told about. Because you ask anybody, you ask your parents, my parents, what are some of the craziest things you've ever seen? And I swear it's the moon landing and it's Challenger exploding. And then it's Oklahoma City, it's 9/11, things like that. But two things came to mind when I thought of Challenger. One, what?
I would you got to think like I don't want to get it. I'm just going to say this and then let's just move right on. But January 6th was a pretty crazy thing to see unfold on live TV. Like, there's people storming the Capitol. Like that was one of those where a lot of people saw that happen live. But anyway, let's just move on from that.
That was I stopped after 9/11. If you noticed, I didn't keep going. Regardless, I can't believe it's been 40 years, and I was thinking about this, and I kind of really miss just anything space related. Like we used to like do missions and things. Now we just have SpaceX where all their rockets explode.
Yeah.
Like
I'm still just trying to get over the idea that like what's the scariest thing you've seen on live TV, and then you just brought up something that you didn't see on live TV, so I just can't kind of mentally get past that.
Rewind it, because I said that you've seen or that you've been told about happened.
Oh, maybe you might be right, but still I understood it in a different way, and so I can't get past that.
Well, I'm a little worried about our top.
I'm again it.
I'm a little worried about our top 5 list because you didn't
go into it?
You didn't specify if it's if it's just overall or if it's related to a specific year of these events. So I'm curious to see what you thought for the top 5 this week.
Oh, I just did top 5 Winter Olympic sports. What did you do?
I knew it was fucking Winter Olympics.
Why would it not be? We're coming up to the Winter Olympics. Why would it be Summer Olympics?
You legit just said Olympic sports. That's all it said.
Oh my! I just assumed.
Well, good thing I came up with a winter.
Do you not know what the weather
list.
Outside is? That it's winter?
I just knew it. I knew it. I knew you weren't like specific. I knew it.
Why didn't you then listen to your gut?
Why
did you not listen
to
your instincts? Why did
you
go against what you did?
Lists. Okay.
Oh, you got multiple lists? Oh, you went with a little scratch pad there. You gotta bring out the extra eyes to see it. Oh, yes. Extra eyes. Are those reading glasses or full-time glasses?
Full-time glasses.
Wait. On your neck beard that you have growing there, do you just have a space right in the middle of your chin where no hair grows that you're not going to go ahead and shave and act like other people can't see that? Are you just like, how do you leave that and just have it on both sides except for this one space on your chin? You got to shave that every day. That has to be shaved every day. I'm like, listen, I understand that some people, such as yourself and myself, can't grow hair in certain places, but I'm not going to go out in public with that thing. People wondering, like, what did he shave one part and then give up? That's ridiculous.
It'll be shaved. It'll be shaved tomorrow morning before I go to work. If you really want to know,
it should be. Did you not have to go into work today? Did you work remotely? Because if you actually saw another single person today, that's not acceptable. It's not acceptable.
Yes, I was in the office today, and actually, I got multiple comments on my nice shirt I wore today.
Oh, they weren't really giving you a comment. They were secretly staring at you, wondering what was up with your facial hair, and then when you made eye contact, they had to think of something else to say, like, "Oh, nice shirt."
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I have a bald spot under my chin. I don't know what to tell you.
You should tell me that you're going to shave that every day from now on. You don't have the luxury of not shaving. You don't.
Is it that bad?
You don't. And I'm in that. Yeah, you can't allow that to happen. Like, I can grow a mustache in probably maybe 6 hours. No, that's not true, but I can grow a mustache really quickly. And I shave it every day, regardless if I'm shaving the rest of things, because that's what has to be done.
That's where you can tell me that's what men do.
No, that's not what men do. That's what anybody with any sort of courtesy does. Have some courtesy for the people around you. Are you ready for our top five? What's your top five winter Olympic sports?
Hold on, I need 3 minutes just to get my list together here.
Okay. Well, put your glasses back on so you can actually see it. Do I have enough time to go play ping pong? Because there's some pong going on in the other room and it's calling my name.
No,
There's no way. There is no way you can hear ping pong being played and not want to play ping pong.
I mean, you're probably not right.
Yeah. Do you want to go play ping pong right now? Just hearing the background noise of ping pong in my house?
Not really, no.
You're thinking about like, man.
All right, my number 5 winter Olympic sport is hockey.
Oh, okay. I mean, great sport. I like to watch hockey, but during the Winter Olympics, it's kind of just like I don't want to watch. It's too regular. I want to see the stuff I don't usually see. So I would not put hockey on my list. Personally.
See, my argument is I love seeing the smaller nations like Finland, Sweden, battle Canada, the United States. I love seeing China, battle the United States. And it's Olympic hockey. They play in a bigger rink than they do in the NHL, and it's awesome. Like I love the nation, the nation feel to the Olympic hockey games, to Olympic hockey.
Can I give you my rant about the Olympics?
I mean, did I have a choice?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, not really. I would probably do it anyway.
Yeah.
My rant about the Olympics is I don't understand how the United States doesn't at least get a bronze medal in every single event. With all the people and all the money that we have, we should place in every single event. Every single one.
I mean, but to be fair, you could go back in, most of the sports where the first, second, and third, even if it's a different country represented, a lot of times they train here or they have lived here for years. Like someone from Romania usually doesn't still live in Romania, though they, play or compete under the Romanian flag.
I still think that we should have people, due to our sheer size and our resources, we should place in every single event. Winter Olympics, Summer Olympics, the U.S., because of the size and money we have, I don't understand how we don't place in every single event.
I mean, you're not wrong but we don't. Like it is what it is.
It is what it is. My number 5 is ski jumping. Ooh, that's a fun sport to watch. The only reason I don't put it higher is because after you see it like 5 to 10 times, you're kind of like, okay, I got it. Like, that guy's gonna. Oh, did he go farther? Like, you really don't know if they went farther or not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's definitely thrilling, but it doesn't make my top 5. Not even in my top 50%.
Okay, wow.
So my number 4 is speed skating.
Ooh, okay.
I love speed skating. In particular, I love short track speed skating where they go, they do like the 30 laps around the little rink, like the little course, and people like Anton Apollo Ono, I think, made it really famous here in America.
It's a sport where it seems like anything could happen.
Anything.
Like, I have no idea what's going to happen in this sport.
I'm looking forward to it this year. Can't wait.
Speed skating is my number 3.
Okay.
My number 4 is the biathlon.
That was like my first runner-up. My first honorable mention was the biathlon. Because if you think about it, the biathlon probably is the most athletic winter game.
Half the sport is just standing there shooting a gun.
Well, isn't it? But no, I thought it was cross-country skiing and like having to be accurate with the gun. No?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
then half the sport is just standing there shooting the gun. Like, I
it's
don't
not,
think that you can say it's the most athletic when half of it is standing.
I don't think it's half standing. I think you're there for like 20 seconds.
It's the biathlon. Bi means two.
Right. I
Two
think
things you do. You ski
Yeah.
and you shoot. Half of the sport is shooting and half is skiing. Biathlon.
I don't
Triathlon is 3 sports.
whatever.
Decathlon is 10. The pentathlon is 5. Do you want me to keep going with this?
No, I don't. All right, my number 3 is the luge.
Oh, I'm just like one ahead of you with each sport. But my number 2 is all of those. I put bobsled, luge, skeleton. I put all of those in the same thing, and I put that at number 2. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, they're going what 80 miles an hour? Like that's insane. I can't even imagine.
That's like, I would not do that. Like, you're going to go 80 miles an hour, and the only thing separating you from rock hard ice is this small piece of metal and plastic.
Yeah, I described it to somebody as like being on an out of control water slide.
Oh, yeah, that seems a
Like-
lot like what it is.
That's
And-
why I don't go on water slides.
I mean, is that really the reason you don't go?
No, I don't like when you get going fast and you like do this where you go
Oh,
to one
yeah.
side and then all the way back to the other, and like I've never enjoyed them. I don't enjoy water slides one bit.
I don't really like anything that I feel out of control in. I don't mind going fast because, I mean, like your boy's out there on his mountain bike going pretty quick, but I'm in control of that. Like, I don't really ever want to be going fast and out of control. Those are 2 things I don't want to be doing.
That's a bad mixture. All right, so my number 2, I went with curling.
What's your number 1 then? God, you're going to say something lame. Gee, you're gonna say something lame. Like, I really like to see figure skating. I don't understand figure skating at all. I don't understand figure skating at all. I don't get it. I'm just like, okay.
Are
It's not
are you assuming my number 1 is figure skating?
I don't know what else it could be.
Because my number 1 is figure skating.
Is it?
It is. I'm not even
Why?
ashamed of it. Why? Because, I mean, 2 main reasons. One, it's the only time of the year that I'll say every 4 years, where I remotely give a shit about figure skating. Like, I don't. And I think the second reason is I think it's incredibly difficult to do what they do. I don't think they get enough credit, but it's and to be honest, it's one of those sports where you start watching at 7, and before you know it, it's 11 o'clock. Like time just seems to fly by when you're watching figure skating.
My problem with figure skating is I don't understand the outfits that they have. Like, the whole time I'm just wondering, like, who made that? Where did you get that? Like, I can never get past the logistics of figure skating uniforms. Like, where did you get it? Who made that? Like, how much did you pay for that thing? Where did you buy that? And that's all I'm thinking about the whole time during figure skating is like, where did they get that?
Not the fact that they literally get 1, maybe 2 attempts, to nail it, to be almost perfect, or that they're doing, 30, revolutions in a run or anything. He just cares about the outfits.
Right. The athletic prowess is impressive. It's incredible the things that they do, but I'm just distracted by thinking about, like, where did you get that outfit?
I'm curious to know, what is your number 1?
Curling. Curling's the best sport in the Olympics. Curling is, to me, by far the best sport in the Olympics. It's fascinating. Way harder than you think it is, too.
It is, yes. I mean, obviously I had it at my number 2. I really enjoy it. I don't think it's the most fascinating sport of the Olympics, but it's damn awesome.
You don't know anything about it. You don't know anything about it. How long is the thing? Do you know how long it is from where they throw it to where it stops? Do you know how long it is?
I really
Just
wanted
take
to
a
make
guess. Don't try to look it up.
No, I wanted to make a your mom joke because that's what you would have done to me, but I'm not going to be that untactful to you.
Oh, that's good. My mom's dead.
No, I don't know how long it is.
Why would you make your mom joke when my mother's dead?
I didn't make a joke about.
You were going to. You were going to.
You would have said it
my
to
dead
me,
mother.
no matter if
You
my
were going to
mom was
insult
alive
my
or
dead
dead.
mother.
You were still
You
going
were
to
going to
say
assault my
I
dead
wasn't.
mother.
I never would do that. Would never do
Okay,
that.
but anyway, how long do you think that thing is?
About the mom joke you said to me earlier.
Your mom's
Or
alive.
yesterday.
It's different.
Which, by the way, I've shown to at least 3 people, and they all say that you're a great friend. And I said, how's that being a great friend?
Oh, it was a pretty good your mom joke. There's not a lot of times when you can still throw in a your mom joke as people's moms get older, but this was a very good your mom's joke. I'll read it, actually. I still have it.
No.
Let's see. Where is it? Oh, wait.
I hope you still have it. It was
I'm sorry. I'm going through all the memes that I sent you about how bad. Oh, yeah. We were talking about the Lions. And I said, I can't believe. Listen, I find this fascinating because the Lions have not gone to a Super Bowl in more than 100 years. I really thought the only thing that could suck that long, that hard was your mom. That's a pretty good your mom joke. That's a pretty good your mom joke. If you would have hit me with that, even though my mother has passed, I would be like, that's pretty good your mom.
Yeah, I would never do that, though, because your mom has passed. I would never do that.
Would you have anything in your honorable mention?
No, I really just want to leave.
That was a really good your mom joke, though.
It was a good your mom joke,
that was a
for
good
sure.
one. Like, and I set it up, and you didn't. I don't know if you saw it coming.
Of course I did.
Your mom saw me coming. I'll tell you that.